Hello fellow YouTubers, my name is Jenee Dionne with Jurney Jurray. Today I'm going to be working on actually it's a custom bib style necklace for my mom. These are new to Jurney Jurray, actually new to the Jenee Dionne collection, which is mine. Here it is. And this is what I hope you will watch me make today. This is what I call a fringe style necklace. For me, I see it as retro funk meets contemporary elegance. So, let's get started. Okay, so let's start with some basics. I'm going to go ahead and grab my tools. This out the way. Now first, as you can see, there's actually 23 of these fringe pieces to this necklace. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and count out 23 stems. Now if you'll look closely, the stems have a round opening on the bottom, and that is where we're going to connect a black faceted crystal and then add additional chain on the bottom of that crystal for an even more fringe effect. So let's get started. And what I'm doing now is I'm adding a seed, a green seed. Particularly, this is my mom's favorite color, so that's what we're going with today. So like I said, today's piece is a custom piece. Typically we would do them in more, I guess, more calm colors, such as this one here, which is a gold with silver iris, one of my favorites. We're just going to do a seed and a long stem. We're just going to go every other one. To me, it gives it more of a textured look. If you can see a little bit closely as those come down. Oops. There you go. It's a little bit of a textured look. Okay, so it looks like per stem. Now remember, you're going to do 23 of these, or you can actually make it, if you want your necklace a little bit broader, if you want the bib to be broader, you can do more than 23. Just remember, you're going to end with an odd number because you have a center point. So now that we have this, and it looks like I've added 7 of your glass beads, and I'm matching 7 of the matching seed beads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend this over, and I want to make a loop. Give myself just enough room and close that loop. And as you see, I've got now 1 down and 22 more to go. Okay. Now what I do is I like to go in order. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and, as you see on this necklace, you'll see that there are small black crystals at the bottom of each one. So we're going to go ahead and connect a black crystal here. So I'm just going to go in my bead box, find what I'm looking for. Voila. There it is. And we'll get a new stem with a loop opening on it. And I'm going to go ahead and open up that loop. And I'm going to connect that loop. To the now decorated stem. There you go. Now comes the crystal. Okay, I've now applied the black crystal. And I'm going to fold that over to create another loop. Looks like I'm going to need to cut a bit. Okay, so that's how that looks so far. Okay, you've got your decorated stem, and now we've added a crystal to the bottom. And to the bottom of that crystal, now we're going to hang 6 links of chain. And you're going to add those 6 links to all 23 stems. So this length will be consistent throughout. These are all 6 links. You can go longer, shorter, however you feel. Just grabbing 6 links of chain. So I've got my 6 links. Okay. And now I'm going to add it to the bottom of the crystal. I've opened my link. I am getting it on there. There we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and close that secure. Okay, we're almost done with one stem. Okay, so you've got your decorated stem, your glass, you've got the crystal below, and then now you have an additional 6 links of chain for even more fringe. Okay, now here's where the math comes in. You have 23 fringes. You have a centerpiece. What I like to do is I like to start with 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I like to keep it simple. So I'm going to start with adding 3 chain links to the very top part of the decorated pin, eye pin. So I'm going to start with 3, and I happen to have 3 links here. here we go, adding the top chain to the top of the decorated eye pin, closing it securely. Voila! You've got your very first completed fringe. Looking good. Now you've got 22 more to go. And I guess the thing to remember is what you do to one side, you must do equal to the other. So if you have 23 fringes, then you are going to have 11 that are the same and one that is not the same, that will have an additional 3 links to it. Like I said, I just continue going down the row, counting by 3s. So the next chain from here, I will make 2 that have 3 chain links on top, and then I will make 2 that have 6, 2 that have 9, 2 that have 12, 2 that have 15, so on and so forth, until you get down to your center point, which will be your actual 12th fringe. Okay, as you have continued to make your fringes, like I said, you're going to have 23 in total, and the top part of the fringe, there will be 2 that have 3 chain links, 2 that have 6, 2 that have 9, 12, so on and so forth until you have 11 of 2 of them that are the same. For this particular style, like I said, I like to have them 3 links apart each. So as you've created your fringe, and like I said, you've done 23 of them, then you're going to go to the actual bib part of the necklace, which is the chain that you're going to add to. You're going to add the fringe that you've created to the chain. Okay? What I did with this chain is I've counted out 23 links, and with that I'm going to add my fringes to each length as you go down the row and come back up. Okay? So I'm going to start with the very first link. I'm going to open it up and simply add my beginning links, which are, if you remember, 3 links long. Okay, I add that and I close it securely. Okay, then I'm going to go to the one next to it. And I'm simply going to open that one up. Okay, now I'm going to add my 6. And I'm going to close that. Okay, and go to the next link. And everything is repetition. And this is my 9 chain link. A little bit of adjusting here. Oops. And so on and so forth until you've added all 23 chains. Okay. Okay, so now that you have connected all 23 of your fringes to the chain, which in my case measures 3.5 inches, here is how we're looking so far. Now, what I do next is I add a faceted crystal, just as you see here. On the gold, I added the silver iris crystals here and here. So we're going to do that this necklace as well. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to get another looped eye pin. I'm going to open that loop, and I'm going to connect it to the end of my fringe, the top part of the bib. So it's connected. I'm going to close my loop. Okay, make sure it's nice and snug. And then put my crystal on there. Fold my eye pin over. Now this time, instead of just creating a loop, I actually want to make it a lot more secure so that my necklace stays secure and does not come apart. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one. Nice little secure little wrap there. Give it a cut. And what you do to one side, you are going to do to the other. And I'm just going to correct this. Perfect. Okay, so we've got one side. Now I've got to add the crystal to the other side. Again, I will take another looped eye pin, open it up, add my bib, close it securely, grab my crystal, fold, and again I'm going to wrap this bead to make it more secure. Perfect. Okay, so now that you've added both crystals to both ends of the bib, here's how we're looking so far. Okay. Now since I've measured the chain in between, I know that it's 3.5 inches. I typically like to make this bib a 16-inch necklace, as I like it to be close to the neck, almost like a choker. But you don't want it to be too long because you have fringes that are coming down at least probably about 6 to 7 inches. So I like to keep it at 16 inches. So since I know that from here to here is 3.5 inches, I know that I have 11.5 inches of chain that I need to now cut. Now, we're actually going to be at 5 3/4 on each side. So, and this is just my personal preference. You can do as you wish for your necklace. But I'm just going to measure out 5 3/4. And what I do to one side, I will certainly do to the other. There is one 5 3/4 inch chain, and I will add that to one side. is the second 5 3/4 of an inch chain, and I'm going to add this to the second side, and I'm going to go ahead and just add it to that loop of the crystal that we just made. Okay, make sure that's closed nice and snug. And like I said, what you do to one side, you will do to the other. So we're going to grab the other 5 3/4 inch chain, add it, and close it. Make sure it's closed securely. You don't want that slipping through or your necklace could break. Okay. Then we're just going to add your jump rings to each side. Like I said, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So we'll go ahead and add the jump rings and then a lobster claw. And by gosh, we'll call this necklace complete. And I'll be sending it off to my mom soon. My lobster claw. Show that it's secure. Okay, and sometimes these fringes, they get a little bit twisted, so you just kind of have to make sure they're all straightened out. Okay, so now that they're straightened, I can go ahead and connect both ends of the necklace. Voila. And I'm actually going to go ahead and try this one on, and you can let me know what you think of it. Okay, and here's the final end product. Let's see, push my hair back so you can see a little bit better. You can see you've got the fringe that moves around elegantly, even with kind of an off color like green. It still looks fabulous, and it's still fun. Like I said, you're mixing the retro funk with the contemporary elegance. This could definitely be worn with a strapless dress, spaghetti straps, anything, you're good to go. So, my mom also wanted me to create matching earrings, and I started with these. And if you look closely, you'll see that there is a white glass beading in there as well, along with the black. I put the white in there to signify the silver, which is up here, which I don't really feel is very well represented, but it now matches the necklace. But when I was done with this, I wasn't happy. I feel like I needed a crystal because I love crystals, and I felt like I needed a crystal to match the two that are here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a crystal to these earrings, and then we'll be done. Just going to do a little bit of disassembling. Take off the ear wire. Grab another one of my looped eye pins. Open it up. Close it. Select a small black crystal. Get on there like that. See how that complements? Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this crystal as well. just for security. Okay. I'm going to cut off any excess eye pin that I can. And kind of squeeze this in so that it is wrapped tightly. Okay, I've got that, and then I'm going to go ahead and put back on the ear wire. And now I have a fabulous matching earring to go with this necklace. Okay, and with that, I hope you enjoyed what you saw here today. I do have these same necklaces in the same styles in different colors. I have them in red, teal, like you saw the iris and gold. If you'd like to contact me, please reach me at the website www.jurneyjurray.com. That is www.jurneyjurray.com.